Hello, and welcome to the guided project Introduction to Basic Excel. My name is Summer, and I will be your instructor today. Currently, I work as a safety consultant for the K-12 industry. I have a passion for keeping my customers' data and information in an easy-to-read format. Excel has eased both my professional and private life. Being able to store and organize larger pieces of information to have as a ready reference makes keeping track of customers and even projects in day-to-day life so much easier. By the end of this project, you will learn how to create an Excel spreadsheet and use the data within your spreadsheet to analyze and organize your information for easy access. Excel is an electronic spreadsheet program that is used for storing, organizing, and manipulating data. Electronic spreadsheet programs were originally based on paper spreadsheets used for the accounting industry. As such, the basic layout of a computerized spreadsheet is the same as the paper ones. Related data is stored in tables, which are a collection of small rectangular boxes or cells organized into rows and columns. Due to its extreme versatility and power, Excel has become one of the most used software programs in the business world since its launch in 1985. Indeed, the personal computing renaissance of the 80s and 90s was largely driven by the many uses of Excel and other spreadsheet software. All versions of Excel and other spreadsheet programs can store several spreadsheet pages in a single computer file. The saved computer file is often referred to as a workbook, and each page within the workbook is called a separate worksheet. A spreadsheet is a database that allows you to organize your data and analyze for comparison any number of items you may need. You will be able to create a spreadsheet, format the information as you need, and create simple formulas to give you more in-depth information for the task at hand. Let's look at your completed spreadsheet and analysis so you get an idea of what we are going to accomplish. In this guided project, you will create a spreadsheet of information from scratch, use formulas to answer simple questions, and assist in some decision making. Let's say you work for a company known as the Acme Company. Your company is getting ready to move a large group of staff from one office to another. You're going to have different needs for each department to help them move, multiple floors, and needs to provide precise directions to the movers to make it a seamless move. A spreadsheet allows you to take that database information and be able to use formulas to answer simple questions your movers may have. So let's get started. First of all, let's begin with making sure you have a copy of Microsoft Excel. If you already have Excel loaded on your computer, please open that program now. If you do not have the Excel program, please go to the following webpage to obtain a free copy. The webpage is www.microsoft.com/en/backslash Microsoft-365-free-office-on-line-for-the-web. This allows you to sign up for free. At the website, click on the sign up for free button and pause the video until you complete the sign up and then restart your video. Now that you have your session and ready for Excel, you should be at the Excel Start screen. Once you're there, locate and select a blank workbook. This is what this will look like. It will be new. Click on that. Once you do that, this will allow you to access the Excel interface. When you look at the Excel screen, you see a rectangular table or grid of rows and columns. The horizontal rows are identified by numbers, 1, 2, 3, etc., and the vertical columns by letters of the alphabet, A, B, C, etc. For any column that goes beyond the number 26, columns are then identified by 2 or more letters, such as column AA, AB, AC, or even AAA, AAB, etc. The intersection point between a column and a row is the small rectangular box. known as a cell. The cell is a basic unit for storing data in the worksheet, and because each worksheet contains millions of these cells, each one is identified by its cell reference. A cell reference is a combination of the column letter and the row number, such as A3, B6, and even AA345. In these cell references, the column letter is always listed first. This concludes this task. If you need additional time to complete this task, please pause the video now. Congratulations! In this task, we learned what Excel is used for, downloaded a free copy of Microsoft 365 Excel, and have a blank spreadsheet ready for data entry. We identified the naming of the columns, rows, and cells. In the next task, we will learn the parts of the Excel window and how to navigate them. Welcome back. In the last task, we downloaded and opened a blank spreadsheet and identified the major parts of the spreadsheet. In this task, we'll begin to look at the layout and functionality of the ribbon for Excel, so we can start building our own database. Some parts of the Excel window, like the ribbon or the scroll bars, are features that we see in other Microsoft programs. However, there are other features that are more specific to spreadsheets, such as the formula box, the name box, and the worksheet tabs. So let's get started. You should have the blank spreadsheet open. Let's look at the ribbon along the top of our spreadsheet. The ribbon along the top contains all the commands you will need to perform common tasks within Excel. It has multiple tabs, each with several groups of commands. We'll not learn all of these in this section, but we'll begin to assist you in recognizing the most common. Let's start with the first tab, File. Click on File in the upper left-hand corner and find Save As. This is going to show us how we save a copy of our worksheet so that we can always have it readily available. Once we click Save As, we're going to click Save As again. We'll find the folder in which we'd like to save the documents and hit Save. When we hit Save, we want to name our file, and we always want to remember when you name something, let it give you an idea of what information is contained in the database so it can make it easier for you to find the information when you need it. Since our example that we'll be working on is a move, let's call it Acme Company Move. Once you have typed in that name, simply click Save. Once that is saved, you'll notice that it will come up here and that spreadsheet's name will appear right where it's at. Now your file is saved. One thing to remember, it is important to save your work periodically to make sure something should happen, such as a power outage. You do not lose your data. The next part of the ribbon we want to look at is the Home tab. For this course, this is the main tab we'll be using for formatting. Many buttons on the Home tab will be similar to others in Microsoft Office products, such as Word, PowerPoint, etc. But buttons such as Paste, Cut, Copy are self-explanatory. You can also change the size and type of the font in which you're working with, located in this box here. As you can see from the list, there's many fonts that are available in the drop-down screen, with your two most used fonts are being Arial and Calibria. For this exercise, we are going to be using one of the most common, Calibria. So please click on that if it's not already done so. Once you change and decide on your font, you can also choose the size. You can control the size of your font by using the drop-down box next to the font type, as seen here. For this exercise, we will be using an 11 font. If you are not on this, please use the drop-down and choose this option. If you need more time, pause the video and restart when ready. Next, let's look at the name box located directly here. The name box displays the location or name of a selected cell in which your cursor is currently located. This allows you to know where you are in the spreadsheet at any time. It allows you to move to change cells by manually typing in the location you wish to move to. So for example, I can come down here and click on column B, row 9, cell B9, or I can actually, from here, type in B9. And when I hit enter, my cell location will automatically move. Okay. Next, we want to look at the scroll bar on the right-hand side. The scroll bars allows you to scroll up and down or side to side. To do this, click and drag the vertical or horizontal scroll bar, and it will move you throughout your worksheet. Left to right, up and down. Finally, next we'll look at being able to zoom in and out, making the writing in each cell larger for better visibility if needed. Below is a slider that shows you what percentage that you are at. Currently now we are at 100%. All you need to use is the plus or the minus. As you notice, clicking the plus, the number is going up. At 150%, this is the size of the cell that we have. If we wish to go back to 100%, which is what we will be using for this activity, then please use the minus number 2. This allows you to go down to very, very minute numbers. This is not always the best idea, as it is not the most visible, and most people stay at 100%. Finally, we want to look at the worksheets themselves. These are listed at the bottom of the spreadsheet in the front of it. Excel files are called workbooks. The entire workbook, known as Acme Company Move 1 that we created, is our workbook. Within that, you can have one or more actual worksheets. The default on the worksheet is Sheet 1. Next to that, you will see a plus sign. When you click on that, it immediately adds in an additional worksheet. Sheet 2 and Sheet 3. For this exercise, we will need 3 worksheets. So go ahead and add in, using the plus sign, those worksheets. If you need additional time, pause the video and restart when you are ready. You can always add additional sheets, and the number is not a limited number. So remember, you have as many as you need. Now we want to name our sheets so that we can keep track of each of the 3 buildings we're moving for Acme Company. On Sheet 1, what we're going to do to name it is you're going to go down, highlight Sheet 1, and double-click with your mouse. Once you do, the box comes up, and it's asking you, what do you wish to rename your sheet to? At this point, we're going to be calling this corporate, as this will reflect the move information for our corporate office. Once you type that name in, you click OK, and you'll notice it's no longer labeled Sheet 1, it's now called corporate. We're going to do the same to Sheet 2. Double click on the sheet, and this time we're going to be naming this Annex 1 because this is the Annex 1 building that we are moving to. Finally, we would like for you to name your Sheet 3, and we like that to be called Annex 2. Once we do that, we'll be able to have all of our worksheets named. This concludes the task. If you need additional time to complete this task, please pause the video now. Congratulations! In this task, we saved our workbook for easy location and identified the parts of the spreadsheet. We also began to organize our data by naming our worksheets for easy access. In the next task, we will begin inputting data into each worksheet.